Sin. Sin is defined as a bright line. You're either on one side of that line or the other, no matter what the name of the sin. There's a sin that is rarely talked about. You're never going to hear your pastor preach on it. I guarantee you that. It's called the sin of gluttony. What actually is gluttony? Is that fat people's disease? That's a question we're going to ask and answer today as we talk about the sin of gluttony on today's edition, Live Prayer.
What problem are you dealing with in your life right now?
Do you feel like giving up? Times are hard and you're not strong. Well, I know the answer for you, and it will lead to real truth. Don't look back to yesterday.
Now there are answers.
Tomorrow's on the
Welcome to
way.
Live Prayer.
It's waiting there for you.
Here's your host, Bill Keller.
You can make it through. There is a hope.
And welcome to Live Prayer. I'm Bill Keller. It's good to have you with me on this Thursday. Welcome to the program. Pray you enjoyed our special re-airing of that nationally syndicated infomercial. It's been out for about a year now on the birth of Obama. I guarantee you it opened some eyes just from the emails I received. I know it did, because it really does boil down to one simple question. Why does the man not want to produce his official long-form state of Hawaii birth certificate? It's a very simple question. It's a very easy thing to do. And I think the longer that this remains a question, the longer you have to wonder, what's he really hiding? So I'm glad you enjoyed that. I know from the feedback yesterday, many people really had their eyes open. Today we're going to go a little different direction. We're actually going to look at a sin that's rarely talked about, but clearly defined in the Bible, not by me or anyone else, as sin. It's called the sin of gluttony. Now I know when you think of gluttony, you think of some 400-pound human being that's simply shoving food into their mouth 24/7. Let me just preface this. We're going to get into it in a little bit, but let me just preface this whole conversation and tell you that there are more skinny gluttons than fat gluttons. I'm going to just cut right to the chase. I'm going to leave you hanging with that, because we're going to get into this in depth. But in the end, there are more people who struggle with the sin of gluttony, who are what by the world would call skinny, than people who what the world would call overweight. I'm Bill Keller, founder of LivePrayer.com. It's good to have you with me today. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, we're here on my TV8 every Monday through Friday morning, 7 to 7:30. It's good to have you with me today. If you haven't already done it, please come visit it. LivePrayer.com. It's the world's largest interactive Christian website. We've got so much going on there, so much content, unique content, unlike anything else on the internet. What other Christian pastor do you know goes on regularly with Howard Stern, Bubba the Love Sponge, challenges people like Osama bin Laden, terror imam Anwar al-Awlaki to debates and challenges them to come to know Jesus? We are on the front lines daily, taking a stand where most people fear to tread. Give you a great example. We'll be getting into it more in depth as the month goes on, but we're opening an evangelistic center in downtown New York City, actually, to be more precise, in the shadows of the old World Trade Center, the site of 9/11. The reason we're making this stand is because the Muslims have decided to spend $150 million to build a mosque on the site, within a half a block actually, of the site of one of the most horrific acts of terror on U.S. soil in our nation's brief history. Most people are upset. They're outraged. They're whining and moaning. Well, we're upset, we're outraged, but we're not whining and moaning. We're going to do something about it. We're going to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ to the shadows of that landmark location in this nation that will never be forgotten. and in the shadows of this new mosque. So stay tuned for more information on that. That's just a little bit about what we do here at LivePrayer. That's why I'm not on the Christian networks. The Christian networks have no stomach for what we're about. I'm just being blunt with you. They're about making money, just generating money so they can buy another plane, another mansion. Benny Hinn's getting divorced now. I don't know how many planes he's got or how many mansions he's got. I'm sure he and his wife are going through tremendous problems trying to decide who gets what mansion, who gets what airplane. This ministry doesn't own airplanes. We definitely don't own mansions, and we definitely don't even have buildings. We work out of the back of a used car lot in St. Petersburg. I don't care about those things. In my old life, I had much of the things that the world would call incredible. Don't care about them anymore. For the last 20 years of my life, I've given myself to the gospel of Jesus Christ and to serve the Lord and to bring truth into people's lives. That's all I really care about now. I want you to know something. This program is unlike anything you're ever going to see. And that's why it's become so popular so quick in this market. We haven't even been on 2 months in the Naples, Fort Myers market. Morning after morning, we're out pacing as far as ratings goes. National programs like Good Morning America, Today, Fox and Friends in this market. I'm just telling you. Because people are hungry for truth and people need truth. Again, great example. Today's topic, gluttony. How many pastors have you ever heard preach on the sin of gluttony? Oh, they'll preach fire and brimstone about homosexuality. So will I. They'll preach fire and brimstone about abortion. So will I. But when that 300-pound pastor climbs in that pulpit, you're never going to hear him talk about gluttony. No. Because he knows 30 minutes after service he'll be in Denny's, 3 plates of those popular all-value meals right in front of him. But gluttony is as big a sin as abortion and homosexuality. Listen, we've got a break coming up. When we come back, we're going to get into that sin because I want you to understand it. It's not a fat people's sin. As a matter of fact, to be blunt with you, gluttony is a skinny person's sin. And the reason people don't understand is because they don't understand what gluttony is. We'll talk about it right after this important message. Stay tuned for more Live Prayer. I'm Bill Keller, founder of LivePrayer.com and the host of the LivePrayer TV program. Today our nation is in spiritual freefall. We legally slaughter over 4,000 innocent babies. We made a mockery of God's holy institution of marriage. We bow down and worship every false god and idol man has created in his rebellious mind. Our government sides with the enemies of Israel. My friend, this nation is doomed to experience God's judgment and wrath for our sins and wickedness unless we turn back to our Creator and His truth right away. It's our only hope. For the past 11 years, I've helped to pioneer evangelism on the internet through the LivePrayer.com website with unique content not found anywhere else in the world. The daily devotional I've written every day for the last 11 years that's impacted tens of millions of lives worldwide and led over 400,000 souls we know of to faith in Jesus Christ. Through our ministry team that sent personal responses to over 70 million emails for prayer, our award-winning TV programs seen in cities around the country the last 7 years, our YouTube videos with millions of views, as well as my appearances on Fox, CNN, and other programs. I'm committed to bringing together Christians of all denominations and backgrounds together as one to lead this nation back to God and biblical truth. Today, I need your help. We're syndicating this live prayer TV program in cities all over the country, which will be used to rally Christians in one unified voice. Will you stand with me? Everyone can pray. Everyone can sacrifice something to help me lead this nation back to God. Simply pray. Ask God what He's asking you to give to help me today. For some, it may be a gift of $5 or $10. Others, it may be $20 or $50. Still others, $100, $200, $500, $1,000 or more. God will show you the amount, and He will bless you for your obedience. You can give a gift through your major credit card or PayPal on the LivePrayer.com website under the donation link, or you can mail a gift to Live Prayer, 6660 46th Avenue North, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33709. My friend, thank you for standing with me.